Crystal Hive is live. Welcome everybody. It's Saturday, which means it's Keyforge day. Maximize that. Alright, so what I am doing today is I was surprised with a late Christmas present from my in-laws, and I got a full display box of Mass Mutation decks. Probably the best average box I've opened across all sets. 5 of the 12 were 70 or higher SAS. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play those 5 decks, see what they can do. So the first one, I've already got it highlighted here on the Crucible. It's Klug Pro Caverns Leader. Okay. So it's a Logos Star Alliance Untamed. This is a 71 SAS. Funny thing is that these decks, I've got a 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75. So you just run the gamut. This one has an auto vac, bouncing death quirk for some kinda board control. Bouncing death quirk really just relies on how many creatures I can keep on the board. 2 standardized testings, a lethal logica with a bonus amber pip on it, so 2 amber for it. Pretty standard Star Alliance line, double chan with a detention coil, nothing fancy here at all. There's just 2 red alerts, and then Untamed has a Dark Harbinger with a Fandangle, and it comes with 2 mutation of Cunning. So again, nothing super fancy about this list, just an overall strong list. Excuse me. I don't really want to jump in competitive right away, but I feel bad about jumping in the casuals. So I'm just going to own it ahead of time here. I'm going to queue these in casual today unless they are absolutely obliterating my opponents. Then I'm going to queue competitive. So put that disclaimer out there. These games might be a little weird. I might get some flack for playing a pretty high SAS in casual. It is what it is. I have only played one of these decks so far, and I've only played it for 2 matches. So the amount of practice I have in these, I just said I was going to play casual, and I set up a competitive queue. The amount of practice I have with these decks is negligible, so I want to make sure I just give myself time to learn them. Take her right away. Not play with mini cards here. Let's go back to large. Saved. There we go. So, if you notice, my background has changed a little bit. My background's changed a little bit thanks to Marky Lane, frequent of this channel. He made my last wallpaper. Just wanted to tone down the intensity of the colors, so hopefully it's a little easier on everyone's eyes to stare at the screen. So big thanks to him for taking care of that for me. I'm gonna keep this hand, because I can go Star Alliance and drop a Kirby. I'm going to minimize the game panel here. And then I'm going to drop an Even Ivan to draw a card. This gives me a good target for the Ghost Hawk. Drop a Pit Demon. Okay. Let me go. Yeah, I'm going to go Untamed. Do Mutation of Cunning. I'm going to give Kirby, Elusive, drop a Fandangle, and Ghost Hawk in the middle of those 2 there. Cards are a little small this way. Having some issues. I think my screen might have changed, or my most recent video settings, I don't know. The card sizes get a little wonky between large and extra large. It's a little hard to view the whole line there, but should be good, it looks like. I'm gonna go Logos, because I don't want this Naughty to stay out, so I'm gonna Diametric Charge on the Pit Demon. Drop a Smoko, and then Even Ivan. Can't do anything because my opponent doesn't have an even number of amber. In some of my decks lately, I've grown to have a new appreciation for Effervescent Principle. Really cool catch-up card. If your opponent's just dominating the Amber gain, drop an EP, hope you catch up, because just playing it to slow them down doesn't work very well, because it sets you back as well. My opponent's making this pretty difficult for me right now. Let's go. If I even Ivan, brings them down to 5. Yeah, let's go Logos. Steal 1. Reap. I'm just gonna end turn. See how far they get ahead of me here. So right now I'll lose 1 Amber. They'll lose 3. And they're gonna play a Battle Fleet, so they're gonna lose more than 3. I'm anticipating a pretty big Mars turn here. At 7. Just putting a target on my Fandangle's back. I don't want to keep spinning my tires here. I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go one more turn of Logos. I'm gonna drop EP first. Then I'm gonna use Even Ivan and then Reap with Smoko. Forgot to do my Facebook post to let everyone know I'm actually streaming. Just give me just a second. Share. All posted. We're good. So, good time for Star Alliance because this is gonna be a good red alert. Survey. I'm gonna discard Red Alert. Chief Tink, draw a card. Researcher. Do a decent Untamed here. Not drawing too well, honestly. I'm getting obliterated right now. Pretty sure my opponent's got a deck that's comparable in strength to mine. A lot of standard Coda stuff they're throwing at me. A lot of Amber Steel and Shadows, Board Control and Mars, Amber and Reap Control with Dis. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything I need right now. So, let's go Star Alliance. Let's drop a Detention Coil on Moon Cursor. I'm gonna have Researcher kill Tentacus, because then I can drop Quixelstone. Try and slow down this board bullshit. This is an awful first game with this. Just getting my ass handed to me. I pawn sacrifice it, yep. And Miasma me. Okay. So I can get this Dark Fairy out. Go Logos. Go ahead and steal one. Let's Reap. I'm gonna drop a Titan Engineer and then play Standardized Testing. I feel like I should save that, but I do have a Savage Clash in my archive, so I'm actually gonna just get rid of the Bouncing Death Quark. Tricky thing about Quixelstone is once it goes down on the board, if no one can control it or get rid of it, difference there being controlling of bouncing it to an archive, returning it to hand, anything like that. But if someone can't deal with it, you're ultimately looking at your hand and how can I get the best single turn, because you're most likely not going to set up for a long time play, especially with this board size. It's going to just, you're playing one creature at most. Kind of want to save these, so I'm going to stay in Logos. I'm going to do Skippy Time Hog just so they can't use the Lash or anything like that, and I'm going to discard Even Ivan. I got a key. Thank God. Bum. It's a good time for Untamed. I'm not going to take my archives because that Savage Clash is going to kill Dust Imp. So I'm going to Mushroom with a View. Dark Fairy is probably the best play here. And then I'm going to give my Dark Fairy Elusive and discard Flumph. Dark Harbinger decks are great when you don't draw your fucking Dark Harbinger. He's just at the bottom of the deck. That's why I hate combo decks. I never draw them. Most likely not going to pull this victory off. But we'll see what my opponent's able to answer here. They can't use anything. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was the turn before. I mean, I've got no way to deal with that, so they already beat me. And yeah, John Smith nonsense. Yep. I have a feeling their deck is way higher power than I anticipated. So let's just give that one another go. Jay Tomsich, welcome to the Crystal Hive. Thanks for assimilating. Hope you enjoy the chaos. Mainly implemented by my terrible playing. And for anyone that is... Oh, nope. I want nothing to do with this guy. I'm gonna pop up a BRB real quick. Just just a lot of bad interactions with that individual. We'll get back to it. So now the things with this deck, it's not my playstyle, it's the weakest of all the 5 today. I like to start with the weakest deck and build up to the strongest. It's negligible amber control. I've got 6.5 total. The best amber control being my EP, and then even Ivan. So gives you a pretty good picture. Sorry, I've got hiccups. Pretty good picture of how this deck just wants to set up and go. But the fact that I had to drop that Quixel Stone really slowed that strategy down, if not threw it completely out the window. There we go. There's my Harbinger. I don't really want to get rid of it, so I'm going to keep. Survey's a pretty good turn 1. I'm going to discard Quixel Stone. So next draw will be a Kirby. Ooh, I've not seen Book of IEQ for a long time. Really cool card though. Let's go Logos, get a Diametric Charge, and then an even Ivan. That gets me my Kirby. Probably could have played that differently if I had thought about that more. If I drop Tank, I draw Kirby, I play Kirby, I drop even Ivan, I draw another card, which would have been this Red Alert, but I wouldn't have known that. And all kinds of great Worlds Collide artifacts here. Fetch Drones is okay. Go ahead and play Starlines anyway. Play Kirby, then Tink. I'm gonna save this Ghost Hawk. I do have a second Red Alert. I'm just gonna play this one just to get it out of hand and capture. And while I'm waiting for my opponent to finish their turn here, just a reminder for everyone that I am no longer streaming on Fridays just for the month of January. Come February, I'm going to bring some new content to Fridays. It is going to be Keyforge based, not completely sure on how to totally roll it out yet, but in the next week or two, I'll be making some posts, so keep an eye out for my posts to learn what cool, awesome new shite I'm gonna bring to Fridays. No longer doing video game content, just exclusively Keyforge once again. Getting all hyped up for the Dark Tiding release. pineapple tree, so now they are in an untamed turn. Having 2 of these is so good, because if you have, I guess if you have any card draw, it makes it much better, because playing 2 of these, your active house is the same house, because you're just revealing the card, and then it goes back on top of your deck. So if you're able to then draw that card and use the other book, then you can potentially chain all 3 houses in a single turn. Wishing I still had that red alert, but it is what it is. I'm going untamed. Let's drop the mushroom with a view. Let's drop a dark harbinger. Let's go ahead and ghost hawk right there. And then I'm gonna mutation of cunning. Let's give even. Let's ready you. Give even Ivan elusive. And then let's have. They're gonna kill my mushroom with the view, so I'm just gonna reap. And there's another red alert, so not in a terrible situation. I also have a Savage Clash and a Bouncing Deathwork, so I have some type of board control in each house. Realistically, they could probably call Star Alliance for the rest of the game and get away with it, because they'd get Chan, which would give them a use of another creature. Then they could book of IEQ into another house. What's up, Orion? What's up, Mang? Just getting my ass kicked with the first deck of the day. First match was a bit rough. I think I got 1 key, and they got their 3rd. Yeah, double book. I was just talking about how it's much better if you are able to have card draw in turn, which it doesn't. My opponent doesn't have a lot of card draw, at least in turn card draw. It's the Dark Harbinger deck, and it's not doing well. it's not drawing well. Had a really rough matchup the first game. It was against an Amber Rush, and this deck has negligible Amber control, so bad matchup. Well played by my opponent, just a bad matchup. I am going to go Star Alliance here. I am going to actually fight with Tink into a Rustnar. Oh no, he's got elusive. As soon as I'm clicking, I'm like, oh, wrong one. Whatever. Let's go. Red alert. Chan. And there's no point in using my mushroom because nothing's damaged, so not a big deal. Archive 2 with Dr. Millie. There's your 2. Curious what they're going to hit with the Seismo Entangler here. They're probably going to hit Star Alliance, which is fine, because I probably want to go Logos here. Skippy and a Bouncing Death Cork with an auto vac. Though, the way they just played that line, I can Savage Clash, keep Tantadin alive, get a double use out of Dark Harbinger here. drop Cephaloa so they can't steal my Amber. Again, this deck, I can't do anything to slow a key very much, so I'm going to go Untamed. Reap. Savage Clash. Choose a friendly creature to not destroy. That's a really weird way of wording that. I'm going to keep the Harbinger up. Cephaloist, and then Harbinger's going to Reap. So check at 8. Decent logos coming up. What you gonna do? Go Starlines. Drop their hand. Book of IEQ. It's such a good card. Such a good card. I hope it comes back in Dark Tidings. And the cross-house efficiency in this deck of my opponents is crazy. They have Books of IEQ, Com Kirby, CXO Tabor, they had Commander Chan's. They got yeah, Universal Translate. This is an incredibly efficient deck. Problems if I call Logos. No, okay. So Kincan at this point is turned off. Especially because we have full house overlap. I am gonna go, let's go Logos. So it's Skippy Time Hog, Autovac, Sacrobot, then Bouncing Death Quark to hit, let's hit Kincan. Let's hit Time Hog. Sure, I'll hit Kirby and then Sacrobot. Cloaking Dongle. Okay, and there it comes. Ooh, and a Light of the Archons. Woof. So let's go ahead and go. Untamed's not going to do anything, so I'm going to go Logos. And drop Titan Engineer, drop Smoko, and use Autovac to archive the Tension Coil. So let's see, my Dark Harbinger deck, I've got 4 actions. So it's not the best Dark Harbinger deck. Especially because 2 of them are sitting in my discard. Got a 1 in 5 chance of pulling an action, which is not that great. Woof. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Logos will keep the board small. Yeah, and I need to get rid of that candle unit. My opponent's already got enough efficiency. I don't need to also give them card draw off my reaps. So they're in an untamed turn here. Lynn was fully healed by Druid. That's fine. I'm fine with them dumping all these creatures because they're just going to get hit with standardized testing. Yeah, because it's going to hit Harmonia, Chief Tank, and then Tantedlin. So it's actually not going to be that great, to be honest. Fuck it, let's go Untamed. Drop Fandangle. You're going to hit... Bump that key cost up. Dark Harbinger and Cephaloist. Maybe I can get a second key. We don't know. That's a fuckload of creatures. So normally, let's reflect on the last couple streams, the last month of streams. I've been getting my ass absolutely handed to me no matter what I'm doing, whether competitive, casual, themed decks, combo decks. And put this all in perspective. So when you local play, let's just assume all stores are open, Chainbounds, Vault Tours, Primes, everything. When you play locally, you know the players. You generally have seen most of their strong decks. And that's it. There's not a lot of surprises that come unless someone buys a deck you've never seen before. They've been keeping one secret. A semi-local player might drive to come to a larger tournament. But when you're playing on TCO, you are playing literally any Keyforge player in the entire world that feels like playing online. They also do not need to play their own decks, so some of the best players in the world can grab some of the best decks in the world, and then it's just a shit show. Normally, if I'm playing a game of any type, and I'm getting slaughtered over and over and over and over again, my mind goes to, maybe I'm just not good at this game. Why am I wasting my money on it before I learn how to play better, or why am I still playing? But the beauty of Keyforge is no game is ever the same. Even if you play the same two decks, no game is ever going to be the same. And you still have these learning experiences where you're just like, oh, yeah, okay, that's what that interaction can do. And so even while you're getting your ass handed to you, case in point, you should be learning something about your deck, about their deck, and about the game as a whole. If you're not, then I would say you're definitely approaching Keyforge wrong. There's always something to be learned from every match, good or bad. It's only a failure of a match if you don't actually learn something. Oh, you got rid of my discard, or my archive. Well, only thing I can do here is go Logos and hit an EP. Just gonna destroy all the 2s. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just gonna go 5 and then the 9s. Just gonna kill 6 of their creatures, 0 of mine. And good old Book of EEQ, IEQ let them dump an entire hand again. So we're going Logos. Going Effervescent Principle. Going Standardized Testing. Lethal Logica. Oh boy, what's this gonna hit? 3s and 6s? So we're gonna reap with this first. Use a card. I'm gonna drop a Commander Chan in the archives. I'm gonna play. I will just heal everything. I'm gonna play another Standardized Testing. Excuse me. So they're in Starlands again. There's nothing I can do to stop this. I'm doing casual queues right now, so yeah, you joined after I did my disclaimer. Sorry, people messaging me through Twitch on my phone, which is just easier to get to than tabbing out on my computer. But casual queues, because I want to get a good idea of how these decks play before I start hopping in competitive queues. This deck is pretty straightforward. There's nothing special about it. Like, the Dark Harbinger is the trickiest thing about it, and even then is pretty straightforward. So I've been seeing a lot of rush. Not a lot. My first game I played was against a rush. This deck is hyper efficient. Like, they're playing 2 to 3 houses every turn, so they're playing 2 to 3 times as many cards as me per turn. So I'm not surprised that I'm losing this one as well. I don't really take my decks into competitive queues until I have a really good hold on them, or until I'm just slaughtering my opponents in casual, because that's not fun for anyone. I'm not learning anything as a player. My opponents joined casual to just play a game, so they may not really enjoy playing against something that could be competitive. Are you playing my deck? So it's Klug, Pro Caverns Leader. I'm gonna have to get a cough drop here in a second. It's a 71 SAS. All the decks I'm playing today are 70 plus. So I've got a 71, a 72, 73, 74, and a 75. This is the least impressive of all the lists, or the least intricate. Still can do some cool stuff, but there's nothing I can do, so I'm just going to concede. Excuse me, they went far enough ahead. But while you're looking at that, I'm going to get some cough drops. Give me a second. I am back. Trying to look at what the next one is. Next one is this guy, Failcane, the Sisterly Bar Bailiff. So this one's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know how strong it's going to be, but this has 12 damage pips. I can't read and talk at the same time. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, the Dark Harbinger doesn't get a lot of use because it's the only 4 actions, one of which is a board clear that will kill him. Or will most likely kill him. And then on top of that, the Quixel Stone was okay. When I dropped it in the last game, it definitely put the brakes on the game. But the problem is, I had to play it at a point where my opponent had 4 creatures, I had 2. And then the game just dwindled to, okay, I've got 1 creature, you can play 2. Oh, you've got 2, I can play 1 or 2 more. And my opponent just had way more bonus amber printed, so it was a rough game. There's not much I could have done. This deck, however, whether it does well or not is going to be fun, because it's got 12 damage pips. I have 2 Dark Waves, a Booby Trap. What else can do damage here? 2 Mark of Dis, a Gateway, Hystricog to piggyback off all of that damage, an Ancient Yerk that has 3 damage pips on him, which is dumb. Waking Nightmare, because I do have a decent amount of Mars of Dis. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so little, just under half of my list is creatures. But the real fun comes here in Sanctum with all that spread damage. I've got a Cleansing Wave and a Mad Prophet Gizzleheart. So I've got 2 ways to just ping people with damage and then heal and gain all that amber. So I'm just gonna, oh, that one's password protected. These are all password protected. No mass mutation. Okay, we're just gonna create one then. We're gonna go Failcane. Honestly, the triple damage pips on Ancient Yerk made me smile, because I'm like, you know, that's actually pretty good. I can ping a 3-power creature off the board if I want to, or really fuel setting up a Cleansing Wave or setting up a Mad Prophet. So there's some cool synergy in here. There is some anti-synergy with the double Dark Waves. I do have my entire Sanctum line are all non-mutants. Not a great hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. And they start with library card, so that's cool. Oh boy, I kind of just want to start this Dis just for shits and giggles. Let's get the M-Spectre out. Hit M-Spectre and then mark a Dis to kill M-Spectre and purge a Bulwark. I was hoping to hit a Logos card, but didn't have the best starting hand. Yeah, I remember there's that queue there today. So I'm probably catching opponents against me are probably between matches or people not playing, and then I assume most of my viewers, regular viewers, are dipping over to watch that tournament if people are streaming it. So I figured today would be a little more relaxed. I'm gonna go Sanctum, drop Gizzleheart Zealot, capture Amber, damage, and then you're going to kill quick. So what's KPL? I'm assuming the K stands for Keyforge. Is that the European online circuit, really? I think that's what it is. Because it just reminds me of soccer or football. The Premier League. That board's really fucking stupid, so Jesus. I'm gonna go Dis again. Let's drop a Soul Keeper on my Gizelheart, or yeah, Gizelheart Zealot. Let's play Implosion. Yeah, let's hit you. Let's hit you. And then let's Gateway. Oh, Jupiter runs KPL. Okay. Jupiter's pretty cool. Had the pleasure of getting to meet them at the Denver Vault Tour. Shadows. Go with the Dark Wave. Splinter is going to capture one. Subtle Auto. And then discard a champion and a Fiel. So their Fangtooth is going to hit my Splinter. It's no brainer. Yeah, I don't have decks that can compete with that. That's why I don't bother in those tournaments, because those are like creme de la creme, top tier Vault Tour qualifying, Vault Warrior status decks. I mean, I get worried. Even my strongest deck, I hit bidding 9 chains, and I'm like, well, do I really need to? Oh man, let's go Dis. Let's drop a Xenofiend. What do I want to archive? Probably my Imp Spectre or my Subtle Auto. I'm gonna archive my Subtle Auto. Then I'm gonna play Ancient Yerk. Let's do 3. Let's get rid of those 2, unfortunately. Check at 6. Get a double subtle auto turn here. It would line up in a way where I could put the Shadow Council in the center. I got a key. So let's go Shadows. I will take my archive. Let's go Shadow Council. Hit their armor. Let's go Auto 1. Auto 2, and then a Francis the Economist. What did I hit? I hit Wild Spirit and Opposition Research, which are okay hits. Opposition Research is better to hit. Dave C. Is that Dave Cordero? Because he's so fucking good. I hope I never have to play him. Yeah, Dave is really, really good. I think I've had the misfortune of playing against Echo Ito on TCO a couple times in competitive queues, and if I'm remembering the right name, I didn't even come close to winning. I'm gonna go Sanctum. Gizelheart. Well, let's first go Champion Anafiel. 1 damage. I kind of want to just get my auto off the board so they cycle back through. And then I'll put Squire Alice on the left. Keep my Shadow Council in the center, and then I'll play Gizelheart Standard to exalt. Adult Francis the Economist. Well, there goes my Shadow Council. What did they hit it with? Just Sniffle Ape? Yeah. Let's go Shadows. An Opportunist. Right there. There with the damage. Gonna have Francis fight Anafiel. Let's play Shoulder Id to the right of Anafiel. Let's play an Opportunist on Yerk. So we've got 3 targets for Cleansing Wave here. Which honestly won't be a bad Cleansing Wave, so I'll probably go Sanctum next turn. Just depends on how my opponent plays here. So they got rid of my Francis, so I still have my 3 Cleansing Wave targets. That seems like a good enough target for me. So if I hit... Yeah, I'm just going to swap characters, so I'm just going to go Cleansing Wave. Going to Reap. General Salvador to the right of the Shoulder Id. And I always get confused what happens with Purify. So let's see. Purge a mutant creature. If you do, discard cards from the top of its controller's deck until you discard a non-mutant creature or run out of cards. If you discard a non-mutant creature, put it into play under its owner's control. I'm low mutant, so I'm going to Purify this Fandangle. And they ran out of cards, which is nice. That's the best outcome of that. Yeah, to hit their Fandangle and discard the rest of their deck, because they lost 2 Untamed Creatures, a Mushroom, and a Smelko. But here comes the library card turn. Pretty good play on the piggyback of a library card. Getting really good use out of this library card. Fangtooth will kill their Smoko. Fangs of Gizzleheart? No, I don't. I have 3 Zealots and Prophet Gizzleheart. Red key. They're at 8 of 6. I do have a mark here. I'm gonna go Dis and lock them in the Sanctum. Ooh, I can't Reap, right? They play their... They played Opposition Research. That's fine. Essence Scale. Hystricog. Let's go Mark of Dis. Let's hit. Sure, let's hit you for 1, hit you for 2 more. I'm going to have you fight the Gravitron. We'll call that good. So they're stuck in Sanctum. Just drew my Mad Prophet, but it's probably a little too too late. Hystricog can just nuke Ultra Gravitron here, as long as Hystricog stays on the board. Oh man. They squeaked out the victory here. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. So let's just go Sanctum. Let's play Mad Prophet Gizzleheart. Capture one on Salvador. Gizzleheart's Zealot is gonna hit Anafiel. Other Zealot. Boy, let's Reap, and then they're just gonna fight. Woof. 0-3 for the day. This is going great. I feel like that game went well a couple more rounds in. I just feel like I got a very, very bad start. Spoilers. So actually that brings me to on the Facebook page. I'm assuming you mean the Keyforge page. Let's see. So, spoilers, right? Oh, I saw these this morning. Forge and Amberback. So my big question is, right, I know I'm not a huge content creator. I've got 76 followers, which is great. I don't generally pull a lot of people in a lot of my streams, 10-ish. But I'm also solo project, only person setting everything up. Get the help of Mark from time to time on visual graphics, but not doing too bad for a hobbyist doing everything by myself. But how the fuck do you get on the list to get spoilers? Because some of the names of people or of channels that have been getting spoilers, I was like, I haven't seen them post content in forever, and I don't think I've ever been able to watch them stream. So if anyone knows how to get Fantasy Flight to pay attention to the Crystal Hive and maybe give me some spoilers, let me know. Casual. Let's join in there. Why not? It is really frustrating because there's been some... Here's my side. Like, it's a very neutral opinion. It's not... I'm not pissed off, but I'm not super happy. Ooh, hold on. I gotta think of what I'm doing here. Give me a second. I like this hand needs to be... Fuck it. I'm gonna keep it. Anyway, so I'm not a huge content creator. So I get that. I don't have the audience pull. That's fine. Whatever. Channel's got to start somewhere. But seeing a content page get spoilers when they haven't been active for several months is really frustrating, because Fantasy Flight knows their name, but they're not actively creating product. And now what's going to happen is they're going to post spoilers. They're going to create a couple hype videos, maybe get some more spoilers, and then disappear for 6 months again. So I have never understood how Fantasy Flight distributes, how they distribute any of their spoilers for any of their games. Never understood it. I know it goes to content creators with large pull, or at least where their name is known. So if anyone knows a little trick, let me know. And it's also really annoying because I also know Aaron on their development team, speak often with him on the forums, and he knows I'm a streamer and he knows I'm active, so I don't know if he has pull either. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna go dis again. I'm just gonna archive the history cog. I'm spinning my tires right now because I've got some out of hand damage. Booby Trap's not gonna do anything until my opponent builds a larger board. Dark Wave is going to kill Eldest Bear here. I'm trying to set myself up for a good Cleansing Wave turn. It's probably a mistake, but it's the main mechanic of this deck while I'm looking at the list, is dump damage on everything, Cleansing Wave, and Gizzleheart. So I'm not going to maintain that much board control. I'm really just paying stuff for damage and trying to get some pretty good Cleansing Waves and Gizzleheart plays. But my opponent is choosing to not build their board very much. Because what's ultimately going to happen here is these are going to kill all of their creatures. Non-mutant, not mutant, non-mutant. So everything's going to take 2 from Dark Wave. Booby Trap's going to kill whoever I attach it to. So I'm just going to go straight into Sanctum. Not take my archives. Let's go Gizzleheart, Zealot. Capture 1. Do 1 damage to Spider. And then might as well, let's fight Bramble Lynx, it's Cleansing Wave, and drop Gizzleheart. Mute spectators just in case. They didn't take a huge... They've got a Rock Up in their archive, and they've got a Skullion. So if I go Dis, take Histricog, play Histricog, play Essence Scale, and then I mark of Dis. Damage there. 2 damage to Scullion. And then an Implosion. Damage to kill Ellis Bear. Kill Histricog, kill Scullion. So they're locked in the disc with no board. And they only played 2 discards. I'm at 6 of 6 at check. I've got a lonely Mad Prophet Gizzleheart hanging out. Yeah, and all they had was a Rock Gub, so they took me out of check. Boy. Weird line of plays here. I think I'm going to go Dis again. Drop Xenofiend. Just play Mark of Dis. Going to kill Rock Gub, but gets it off the board. Let's play Ancient Yerk to kill my Xenofiend, and then get rid of these crappy Shadows cards. Decent Shadows in that I can put the Shadow Council in the center. And then Subtle Otto and Francis can flank to one side. I mimicried my Implosion, I believe. Yeah. So let's go blue key. Shadows, let's go Council to the right. Hit Feathered Shaman. Subtle Auto. So they got rid of Signal Fire, which is alright. I'm gonna play Francis to the right. Call that good. Let's see, could have damaged Yerk, then you scale, kill Fiend. Yeah, what a native. Yeah. I would have netted 1 more Amber playing that line. So I'd be at 2 of 6 instead of 1 of 6. Let's go Sanctum. So I'm going to Purify Auto. Nice. Play Anaphail to the right. Oh yeah, Purify is atrocious against non-mass mutation. There's, I think 5 or 6 targets across 3 sets. Let's go Squire Alice to the right. Let's go Gizzleheart Zealot to the left, and have Gizzleheart Zealot fight Gengar Chieftain. Purify is a weird card. I don't mind hitting it on my Splinter or my Mutant Cut Purse. These are good mutants just to play and purge, and then try and get some action economy out of it. A decent play here actually off Gateway. Play Impspector, put Soul Keeper on Impspector, Essence Scale, well, Reap with Yerk, Essence Scale, kill Impspector, ready Yerk, and then Yerk can do whatever I need him to. Yeah, I don't mind the Purify when it's just these. They're just enhancement engines. All they are is get 9 damage pips just from these 2 people. I mean, this guy gives me a capture, but meh. So let's go Dis. Play my Inspector to the left. Drop a Soul Keeper on him. Reap with Yerk. Essence Scale Inspector. Hit Inspector first. Take out Scullion. Ready Yerk. Take Yerk. Reap with Yerk. And save that gateway. My hope is that my opponent's going to use their Key to Dis to clear the board for me. They did Key to Dis, which I wanted them to do. Let's go Shadows. Shoulder Id, Cut Purse, Splinter. Let's go ahead and put the Captured Amber on the Cut Purse. Buck and Deepwood, just double Reap. Bramble Links into a Key Charge. Okay. Okay. Shadows. Reap. These are both mutants, so Dark Wave will not hurt them. I'm gonna Subtle Auto. And ooh, I'm gonna fight Druid, and I'm gonna Reap. All these non-amber control decks just they're fun. But I can't continue to push pressure through a game. I try and hold cards. Like, holding this gateway makes sense. But I'll often sit here like, oh, I need to hold Opportunist for a while. And ultimately just fucking play it. If you're not playing in a control deck, my personal perspective is you just want to play. If you're not trying to control stuff, just put cards on the table unless you're trying to set up a combo. If you're trying to set up a combo, do what you need to, but for most of it, just play your cards. I am, however, going to go Sanctum here. So let's go ahead and put General Salvador to the right of Shoulder Id. Let's drop Potion of Invulnerability, do a damage to Snag. Play Gizzleheart over there. Put a damage on Buzzle. And then I'm going to have Zealot kill Snag because I can't handle a Snag. Let's play Gizzleheart Standard. Capture one on Salvador. I think, honestly, that's a huge part of how I learned to... I don't often discard a lot of cards. I feel I should probably, for higher level play, I need to learn when to better discard. Learn when just playing a card is just actually going to help my opponent more than help me. So that's my next step of learning to play higher tier play. But I have a deck from, I think it's AOA, that has all 3 Yerks. So it's got Yerk, Old Yerk, and Ancient Yerk. And it also has a punctuated equilibrium. So it's just discard, 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 draw until you see what you need. And that playing that deck a lot really helped me learn, like, I don't need this card. I'm just going to pitch it. So there's a lot of truth to that. Like playing with Yerks and just cards that let you discard or make you discard, they teach you how to let go. Because right now would be a great time for a gateway. Yeah, now is a great time for a gateway. Let's go with this. Just get that soul. Actually, they're all gonna die anyway. So I'm just gonna play the gateway first. Drop the Histricog, then put the Soul Keeper on the Histricog. Right, yeah, so if you're playing a deck that doesn't have a lot of card draw efficiency or play efficiency, in a standard Keyforge game, you probably actually won't even get through your entire deck. The game's going to be over before you shuffle. So ditching cards feels a little rough, but honestly, discarding those cards are going to help you cycle through your deck faster, because you're going to be drawing more cards per turn, and it seems counterintuitive, but sometimes holding cards actually hurts you more than helps you. Let's go Sanctum. Let's have Barrister Joya. Try and slow them down a little bit, at least make them fight once. I'm going to capture one in Histricog, do a damage to Calfine, and I'm going to fight that Calfine. Then play Gizelhart and put a captured Amber again on a Histricog. Yes. So the Potion of Invulnerability with the Dark Wave is a really cool synergy. Just drop the potion and then hit the Dark Wave, which would normally really hurt my deck. Yeah, Lucky Dice is always that weird one that in my head, I think of it just like Potion. Is, okay, when you trigger Lucky Dice, they don't take damage, but Lucky Dice is delayed. It's where they don't take damage on your opponent's next turn. Or Potion of Invulnerability is they don't take damage on your turn. So there's that subtle distinction. I tend to like Potion of Invulnerability, at least in the decks that I own, better. But I see a lot of people get a lot better use out of Lucky Dice, mainly against me because I don't pay attention. Mainly because I get caught, I'm like, oh, I really need a fight, and I contribute 2 or 3, I'm like, wait, why is nothing dying? Oh, Lucky Dice, yay! Let's see. Sure, let's go Shadows. Let's pop that potion. It's Dark Wave. Then Booby Trap, because it's not going to do anything against me. Let's drop Splinter. Let's play Opportunist. Ooh, do I want to just keep dumping them on Histricog? I'll dump one on right there. So I'm at checkmate at 7 of 6. Okay, so this deck, I feel it has more intricacy to it than I'm initially seeing. Especially, it comes down to how do I set myself up for those big cleansing wave plays. And haven't been able to in this turn, in this match. I drew cleansing wave way too early, had to play it just to stop clogging my hand because there's no archive mechanics in here. So yeah. What do you mean? So like for Opportunist, you mean? I think, so here's my opinion. I believe that the procs on upgrades happen after the card is played. Is because in order for the card to be played, in order for an upgrade card to be played, there must be a valid creature target. So you must select your target first. So if you go to play an enhanced upgrade with no creatures on the board, you actually can't play it. And because it's a play restriction, so then your enhancements won't trigger. So I think it's a weird time lineup that you must choose a target for the upgrade in order to play it. You don't do like a validity check. There's no like, could I play this card? Okay, great. Resolve all the pips, then choose your target. It's in order to play it, you must select a target. I think that's why the ordering seems a little weird, because it's backward compared to other cards, just because of the rules on how to play an upgrade. Oh yeah, that's why I have to read some of the prompts, like, wait, what are you prompting me to click right now? I thought I should be doing damage. No, I'm triggering the capture. Okay. It's tripped me up too. But I'm going to keep trekking here. At 1:30, halfway through the stream, and I am on deck number 3. This one is called Master quotes Goblin Wells. It's a Dis Sanctum Saurian. 15 printed amber, 22 expected amber, 13 amber control, 0 artifact control, 14 creature control. Some board and creature protection, so a decent list. I've got 2 board clears, so I've got a gateway and an axiom. Should probably actually click the right list over there. Here's the Archon. It's nice orange. Focuses. There we go. Goblin Wells. See how this one does. It's got a Picaroon, good Relentless Creeper with a capture, so that's good recursion. Essence Scale, 2 Implosions, and Infernus. A Stirring Grave to bring that Infernus back ideally. Nothing crazy beyond that. This is one of the few Amberheart decks I have, so I'm excited to give Amberheart a go. And then some of the average cards you'll see out of Saurian. So I've got a Citizen Shrix, a Faust, Gladiodontus, Curse of Vanity. This is my only Crystal Surge deck, so it'll be cool to play that as well. Let's give this guy a go. So, Master Goblin Wells. So this is the 73 SAS. Ooh, that one felt good. Oh. Go to your chiropractor, folks. Let's see, another exchange officer in Sanctum. Nothing crazy. They don't have an Infernus, which is nice against another dis list. They do have an Anthony, though. Okay. Oh boy, that's a fun line. You're gonna keep. I don't even care if that's a good line. It's a lot of pips, and that's a lot of cards to dump and cycle. Finally click start game. Star Alliance. I have a feeling this is going to be a very slow match by the way my opponent's starting here. Mass Mutation Star Alliance sucks. It's just zero, all kidding aside, zero thought about it. I do not like Mass Mutation Star Alliance. They're rough. They are not that great. I think they have some great cards. So, Detention Coil and what's the other one? The non-reap one. The non-fight, non-reap upgrades. Scout Pete's decent. Subject Kirby is amazing. They've got some strong cards. I think as a house, they're not doing anything, if that makes sense. Access denied, yeah. Mark this. And let's just go ahead and go pain reaction. So Worlds Collide Star Alliance had amazing synergy. It was all about action cheating and economy and using out-of-house actions and playing out-of-house cards. It feels like they've lost that focus. They've got cards, they're more on like deck arrangement, if that makes sense. They feel like they're a house that's more geared toward setting up other houses. They've kind of transitioned more into a full support versus like a hybrid support, which makes some pretty awkward turns and some awkward Star Alliance deck lists. Like looking at my opponents here, if I'm looking to see if there's any in-house synergy with their Star Alliance list, I see one immediately. I see Subject Kirby and Officer, or Exchange Officer. Subject Kirby with Snarette. Like, Subject Kirby is just doing his thing, allowing you to play out of house. But past that, they've got Ensign El Samra with two cards that have enhancements out of Star Alliance. So it's just this one is, I don't know, it just feels like it's weird. Star Alliance is in a weird spot in Mass Mutation. There's not much other ways I can say it. I've never played this deck, so it'll be interesting to see it play then. There's the exchange officer. It's going to be fun to purge this guy. So we're going Dis, because why not? Dis. Let's just start with Implosion. Boom, General Salvador to hit Exchange Officer, and then Implosion to hit Barrister Joya. And Furnace, opponent's list, Exchange Officer, and Joya. Gone. Done. Easy targets. I actually think this is my first deck with Picaroon. Grey Rider's nice with my Xeno Knight. I love Xeno Knight. I have a version of Xeno Knight that has a skirmish on him. I think it's Xeno Beast. And that one's a really great card because it gets the fight effect and has skirmish, so I can just keep ping-ponging it. I am going to go Sanctum. Let's go Xeno Knight. Let's capture on Furnace. Need to get to Alice, so I need to get rid of Champion Anafiel here. Let's go Squire Alice to the right. Playwright of Xeno Knight. Grey Rider is going to have Xeno Knight fight Anafiel there. And hell yeah, let's add Cleansing Wave to my hand. And then bottom of the deck is going to be my Obsidian Forge. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna be my Obsidian Forge. It's Cleansing Wave. It's me at 5 of 6. I feel the Sanctum versions of the mutants are the best. I think the Untamed are the worst, and then I think the Logos are right in the middle. What the Dis ones are, I'm trying to think. Dis ones are, I'd probably put them in toward the top as well. They have a lot of the destroyed steel effects. It has to be on the right creature though. Yeah, and shadows are the worst. I always forget. Are there there's mutants for every house, right? Except for Star Alliance? The standouts to me are Sanctum and Dis. Xeno, okay. I've never paid enough attention to actually see like what traits come from what houses, but now that you say it, the alien versions are those are the Reap effects, I believe. Reap, discard a card, draw a card, or is that the bots? Whatever. I'm talking out my ass because, like I said, I haven't spent enough time looking at them. I think this is a great time for Gateway because I need all that amber back. It will put my opponent at check though. Oof. I still think I need to do it. So Reap. Gateway, and discard Picaroon. Sure, like the ones that I hate seeing are like the Shadows creatures that are just elusive skirmish 3. I don't want to ever see those. I understand they're situational, but there's too much out of hand damage and too much damage pips that make those type of creatures terrible. Oh yeah, that Ardent Hero and One Sit Against Many is definitely the combo that caught my attention in this list. I'm like, ooh, I can do what? Especially because I can just knock out Ensign here and then hit Anthony for 4. Well, 5, honestly, because I can do the damage pip into it. And then they're elusive, so I'm not going to do anything to that one, but that was a good Anthony play, to be honest. Well, now I can't hit El Samra, but I can hit... Ooh, now the droid. That droid fucked everything up. God damn it. Okay. So... I feel... Exile's not going to help me at all here, so I do need to go Sanctum. Let's go Ardent Hero. Let's hit... Fuck it. Let's just hit Secura Droid, I guess. And then One Sit Against Many. First you're going to fight here. Then you're going to fight Anthony. And then you're going to kill the droid. You did not. And that sounds gross. Because they what? They just play Anthony, exile it, kill it. Play Anthony, exile it, kill it. Definitely not as overwhelmingly powerful as the Tabletop Royale sealed deck that has, I think it's 2 Anthonys or 1 Anthony and Senator Brockus. I take all your amber and then I use it to pay for my keys. Jesus. That's not something you feel bad about. That's you like, suck it. Gotcha. Man. This game, the last like 5 turns have just been uneventful. So let's go Saurian. Drop a Citizen Shrix. Yep. Sagittarius Gaze. Sagittarius Gaze. Axiom. Don't really want to play Crystal Surge right now. Crystal Surge is great if I can play it to protect my line, or play it to set up Gateway in the next turn, where I can exalt all my opponent's mutants or exalt on mine and then Axiom, and then they won't get hit. But unless my opponent can steal an Amber, He's got 2 amber on it because I exalted him to steal 1, and then he's got a capture pip. Yep. But unless my opponent can do steal an amber or capture an amber, the Anthony will pay me my amber back and I'll get a key here. So I am in like a conditional check right now. But that snare rat's going to prevent that. Now the double snarette here sets up a weird crystal surge. Ludo feels great here. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be a Saurian turn. Drop Ludo. Let's Chant of Hubris to move 1 off of Shrix onto... I don't want to spread it out too much. Let's put it on this snarette. Oh boy. Let's Reap and steal 1. And then let's go ahead and just exalt all mutants. So they're gonna take 2 amber, give me 1 back, so I still am in check at 7. But if they kill this Umbra Fiend, that takes me out, and I gain an amber, so I'd still be in check. Lots of weird amber interactions here right now. Or not weird, but sequential amber interactions. So with what's currently on the board, I am at check. They could. I was more hoping that I could get a gateway here. I think, do I have a gateway? Yeah, I have 1, but I already spent it. I don't know why I put on a snare, honestly. I was thinking I wanted to put it on creatures that could be easy kill targets. But I also knew I was going to be playing Crystal Surge, so all mutants were going to get an extra amber anyway. I'm just getting shit on here. Because the only other valid target would be, what, Anthony? Which then delays the amber that I get. But they just killed their own snarette with Cinder, which is interesting. If I were them, I would have Reaped with Umbra Fiend and used Cinder to kill Umbra Fiend. Yeah, he just killed his snarette. That's why I was like, what? Wait, what just happened? Because I would have played it how you would have. I would have used both snarettes to nuke all the amber off of them, Reaped with Umbra Fiend, Reaped with Cinder, and then killed Umbra Fiend. So then there's ultimately no change in amber. But let's go Saurian. Let's go Prefectus Ludo. Exalt the creature or each of its neighbors. Sure. Boom, to the right. Faust is gonna grab an amber. Let's defense initiative there. Yes. Reap. Honestly, I don't mind Cinder. I think there's a lot of people that end up just hating on it because like, I don't want to destroy my board. Well, there's a pretty easy solution for that then. Either fight with Cinder or just don't use Cinder. Like it doesn't force you to use Cinder. It just forces you to kill an allied or a friendly creature if you reap. So there's times where I've had a Cinder on the board and not used them for 3 or 4 turns, but it's still providing the taunt, and my opponent generally won't kill it because they want it to kill its own line. So it sits there doing work for a little while with its taunt. I think it's one of the more effective taunts because of its secondary effect that makes your opponent not really want to kill it. Let's see. Got a nice dis turn here. Got a Relentless Creeper to capture 1, Stirring Grave to put that Infernus back in my archive, and then Essence Scale to set up a turn later. Any type of self-destruction with Inspector or Dark Minion, I like the synergy of Dis in this set. I have way too many decks with Dis in Mass Mutation because of the printing error, but it's not a terrible house. I guess they had to take it out and put it out with a whole bunch of prowess going into the next set since Dis isn't in it. They had to over-represent it in their printing. Mortivis. Hey, hey. Well, there goes my Relentless Creeper. That got purged. Okay. That hurts. What did they just hit? Dis is a very meta house right now. Just the ability to bounce creatures off the board. Infernus is ever prominent. You missed not a whole lot, to be honest. I'm playing so I got a Mass Mutation display box from my in-laws for Christmas as a delayed Christmas present, and 5 of the decks in that box are 70 plus. So they're 71, 72, 73, 74, and 75 SAS. So I'm just milling through those and having fun. First deck was Second deck was pretty decent. I went 1-1 with it. This deck has a bunch of cool stuff going on. My opponent just has an amazing Amber control suite here I'm having trouble with. I'm gonna go Stirring Grave and grab that Infernus. I do like the control in this, however the control in Unfathomable is going to be, I feel, even better. So I hope I get a lot of Unfathomable decks. So if you think about, at the core of Keyforge, generally the player or the deck that gets the best efficiency, that is able to get the most Amber gain per action, is going to win. With Unfathomable, with their mechanic being exhausting your opponent's cards, you're completely taking out your opponent's efficiency. You're shutting down their use effects, you're shutting down their fight and reap ability, you are completely limiting them to out-of-hand play for Amber gain. So you're at least buying yourself one turn where your efficiency is going to supersede your opponent's. And that's a really cool mechanic that I like looking at. Woof. Yeah, my opponent's kicking my ass. I don't have the creatures on the board to fight and deal with their dis line. I think I have to go Saurian here, and I have to take care of their... Oof. What are they gonna do? They're gonna hit their Umbra Fiend, yep. Already use the Snare at, yep. I'm not gonna be able to keep them off a check here. It's even, well, yeah, because I can't do anything with Essence Skill because I got double wards. I call Saurian. I could kill Snarette and steal one. That's still not going to do anything. So fuck it. I mean, Bring Low's just going to stall me. Let me go Bring Low, and I guarantee I'm not gonna win anyway because I don't have the board efficiency. Let's see if they grant. There we go. Active house, Sanctum. So if I go Champion Anafiel, then I go Bring Low, capture there, and there. Amber Heart. I mean, I still have Ludo, but the problem is, so we just look at the board, they reap. They Essence Scale their Bone Saw. They ready a Snare at. Ideally, they would just nuke then all the amber off of this big Snarette. They have the board efficiency to shut me down. I threw my hands up in the air in defeat. I knew I had Bring Low, but I didn't think that it would change the game too much. It forces a couple more rounds. And then what my opponent does that and what I'm able to do with that, we'll see what happens. Not really. They're gonna cycle through their deck right now. They've got 2 cards in their draw pile. And I don't have anything good in my pile. It got too deep into the game for Infernus to be useful. We'll see how they play. If they just stick to what's on their board and don't play at least 3 cards, I'll have some good targets. Nothing that is more than 1 amber, but I can hit this Stirring Grave. I can hit this Waking Nightmare. So those are both good targets. And they're in Star Alliance, so they're gonna play enough cards to shuffle their deck. Yep. Too little, too late. I can steal 1 with my Citizen Shrix. Oh man. Yeah, no, this game's over. I'm just getting my ass kicked all day. I also am really curious about their list because, let's try to get this out of there. Because Dis is over-represented. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the print and play one. So I can't look it up on
Keyforge. Dis is overrepresented in card strength right now, so it's an odd time. So they did shuffle or discard. I have nothing in my discard. I could... boy. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Yes, take my archives. I'm going to discard Obsidian Forge, play Implosion, hit Shrix, hit Snarette, play Infernus, my discard, purge these two, and then I'm going to Essence Scale my Shrix to use Ludo to fight their Snarette. I think that was the best I could do with the shit I had. I don't think that was a bad line. I don't think that was a bad play. Because then, now I'm pretty much... I think I'm locked into Saurian, which does not give me a lot of options. Never give up. Never surrender. I think this deck is going to my play a little more and figure it out pile. Because I can see there is some cool stuff it wants to do. I'm not seeing it happen in this game. Yeah, now I'm screwed. There's no question about it. Now I'm screwed. If I could have taken them off of check with the leaving Obsidian Forge played, I feel like I could have won this game. Because then that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4 for a Reap, 5. I don't have any overlapping houses of creatures, so Essence Scale wouldn't help. So I'd be at cost 7. I'd have 4 Amber, 5, 6. I would have gained 1 more from Obsidian. I would have had exactly 7. So I would have had an out with Obsidian Forge. Yeah, and killed Anthony. Yep. So I would have had the win with Obsidian Forge. But now I got nothing. Got nothing. Yeah, it ultimately came down to my Infernus came up way too late, and I didn't have good targets to play them, and I wasn't able to kill them fast enough to loop them. So my Infernus came out probably 1 or 2 turns too late, and then I killed them 1 or 2 turns too late. I was able to kill them 1 or 2 turns too late. But man, it did end up being much closer, but ultimately it didn't change anything. That's me verifying my naysaying. Let's just hit Anthony for 1 more. Let's Reap. Curse of Vanity. Let's go ahead and put Amber there. Put an Amber there. Dark Centurion, and then Defense Initiative. GG. Woof. I'm just going to dive into the next deck, because I've got 2 more decks to go. I've got an hour left in stream. So let's see. I want to play, where is it? Wrongdoer Halflar Speed Poke. Excuse me, there's the Archon. Back it up so we can focus a little bit. Maybe, there we go. This one is Ultra Gravitron deck with a punctuated Equilibrium, Doom Sigil. I think this is my only high-ranking deck with Borrow, so yay for Amber or for artifact control. Also has a Doom Sigil, so all kinds of poison. Yeah, all I see is the Doom Sigil. Doom Sigil I do need to be careful with because I don't want it to feed into my opponent being able to just kill my Gravitron. So depending on which I see first, it will probably, the Doom Sigil will probably not get played a lot. They pick their deck very quickly. We're going against Worlds Collide, double Exhume, double Mug, double Hawk, or single Hawk, and a TMTP with Pile of Skulls. Okay, so this is gonna be a little. They're gonna be a fight-heavy deck, so Doom Sigil will probably not see play here. But yeah, I'm okay with this. I'll keep it and go ahead and untamed play Galariana's Attendant. Yep. Lots of archiving here. I don't know quite how I feel about Mind Over Matter, to be honest. You mean archiving, playing Gravitron, and then hitting Mind Over Matter to put Gravitron in my archives? Is that what you're talking about? Let's go and play It's Coming. Let's grab the bottom. And in turn. I do not like these double A Vindas. That's annoying as shit. Fuck. What? I'm curious. I'm really curious. Pop that over there. I'm gonna maximize that. Okay, so they're playing a 70, but they have decent amber control. They're just drawing much better than I did right now. So, woof. Fuck it. Shadows. Rad Penny. Doom Sigil's going down. Because now I can use my Rad Penny as a kamikaze. Or they're just gonna... Why would they do... Oh, well, there goes my Mind Over Matter. So there goes that strategy. Motherfucker. Okay. Let's go. Jesus Christ. Let's go Untamed. Why not? Gloria. Eh. Sure. Beefy Gloriana. Oh boy. See, I don't know. All I want is my Ultra Gravitron, and now I've got a punctuated equilibrium that I really think it would help pull back tempo, but I can't play it because then Ultra Gravitron will need a full cycle through the deck to be playable again. So I need to go Shadows. I need to drop Shoulder Id, drop Fidget, and which one do I want to borrow? Borrow that special delivery just to protect my Fidget. Not use it yet. Oof. So I check 7 of 6. Tempting offer on a Vinda would be nice. Get that off the board. Odd power. So you hit my Odd Claude. They discard their Hysteria, which is probably a good play. Get my blue key. Boy. So let's go Shadows. They have nothing in their archive, so I'm going to Reap. Top of deck. Get rid of their Hugger Mugger, which is fine. Let's Reap. So let's go Booby Trap here on this Avinda that has a capture. I don't want to hit Imp Spectre because that'll still trigger the Destroyed. So let's Tempting Offer. Let's hit this other Avinda with a damage. Let's bounce. Bounce the Imp Spectre. And let's special delivery that Buzzle. And then Perplexing Sophistry to hit their Gravel Guts. So got check at 6. Still no Gravitron though. I think at this point I need to forfeit the Gravitron and try and dip into my Untamed. But knowing that, the moment I play this punctuated equilibrium, I'm going to draw into the other half of the Gravitron. But I can't keep holding it. It's pulling me behind tempo. Go Untamed with Bumblebird. Let's capture there. Let's play the upgrade on Attendant. Oops. Rock Gub. Thank you. Modify tokens. Remove 1 damage. Add 1 damage. Thank you. So let's Reap. Capture 1. Let's go Equilibrium. Yep. Fucking called it. There's the other Gravitron half. God damn it. Okay. Lost in the Woods. Don't really want to do... Bumblebird's fine. Fidget's fine, actually. Let's go Ghost Hawk. So let's deploy right. Fidget Reap. Top of deck. Oh, hell yeah, I get to Hawk. Okay, here's the question. Do I Hawk Doom Sigil? Or do I Hawk Pile of Skulls? I think I Hawk Doom Sigil. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna Hawk Doom Sigil. Then let's go Damo Beast. Lost in the Woods to shuffle Ghost Hawk and Bumblebird. Let's shuffle Imp Spectre and Onyx Knight. And end turn. Check at 11. So my thought process there, right? And Doom Sigil does keep them from surviving fight, but right now, they're deep in their list and they've lost a lot of their Brobnar already. So I'm banking on surviving at least a shuffle through, and by then I should have enough to drop Doom Sigil if I need to. So I'm gonna get my red key. Destroyed Steal 1, destroyed, I don't know, Elusive Skirmish, Capture 1. Rad Penny is gonna steal 1. Spike Trap, I could kill her. So Untamed guaranteed keeps them off a key. So let's go Untamed. Umber Beast. Let's have... Oh no, it doesn't guarantee because I've got Skirmish. I was thinking this was the elusive one. Read your cards, kids. Read your cards. So we're just gonna reap here. Should I? I'm gonna fight actually. No, I'm gonna reap. Then I'm gonna fight. Yeah. Fight, still capture because of the throne. I was thinking internally among my cards. I was going to keep them off check. I still keep them off check with a fight, though. And then Shadows is going to be my next play line here. For everyone that is just tuning in, thank you for joining the stream. I got about another 45 minutes left in the stream, so you got plenty of Keyforge to watch. If you like casual play, lots of conversation that distracts me from my play, but if you like seeing really cool, fun decks, that's all I'm about on my stream. So please go ahead and click that follow button. The more people that click follow, the faster I can climb to affiliate. It's been a brutal climb as a hobbyist to this, but I'm so close. I'm so close. I need, I think, less than half of a person average per stream. So just a couple more people hit follow and watch my streams. I would absolutely appreciate it. Let's go Mace's Asp, then the Mutant Cut Purse. Let's go Spike Trap, do damage, shuffle my red penny back in, and draw right back into her. That was nice. I do got this, goober. Everyone in chat should just hit the follow button. And if you don't want to get notifications, just turn the notifications off. That's fine. You following me? Honestly though, if you turn off the notifications, then you won't actually watch my stream, and you won't help me reach my average viewers. Yes, follow over there. Man, my opponent is just hanging in there. Ooh, they conceded. Okay. Whatever. I win by conceit. They probably are just drawing crappy cards and not much I can do. That was a fun game. It was weird. Really wanted to get that Gravitron out with the archiving, but didn't quite work out. So I'm going to take a quick 1 to 2 minute break. I'll be back with the final deck of the stream. So give me just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for everyone being patient. The final deck of the day is going to be Uli Temple Priestess. This is a 75 SAS. I'm still going to queue in casual just to see what I can do. Pop both of those decks over there for my look at them later. Cool stuff about this deck, lots of board control. It has a Wretched Doll, which actually works somewhat okay in this deck. Kind of sets me up for the ability to punch through a ward and then follow with a gateway. I can also... There's a Double Doom. Grim Reminder with Infernus is always great. I love Lord Invidious. It's probably my absolute favorite disc creature, and this deck can get him out into the center of the battle line fairly easily. Obviously I want to mulligan for him. Pretty standard Logos line, but a lot of it is Amber Manipulation or Amber Gain. So I've got Entropic Swirl, double EP, a Discombobulator, and then all the fun here is in my Saurian list. This deck can tax an opponent's key pretty well. We're gonna hop in there. See, sometimes whenever I see these lobbies where someone joins and then leaves, it's usually because the person hosting it doesn't start quick enough, but we're good.
mandatory hello and good luck. Already looking at this start hand, I don't like it. We're gonna mulligan. That is a bad start list. Saurian Egg's decent. Do 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 do. They start with shadows, the special delivery, so I do not want to put anything that's a power 3 on a flank. So that rules out a QMax first turn here. So what do they have any out of hand damage? They've got a Pawn Sacrifice, Relentless Whispers. They've got some pretty good synergy for this special delivery. Boy. Oh boy. So let's go Saurian. I'm just going to drop the egg only. Nexus with the Ring of Invisibility is rough. They're double trait though, so the Entropic Swirl can take care of them. So I'm gonna go Logos. Let's put QMax first, see what I draw. Let's use my Dinosaur. Strike out on that. So I'm gonna Entropic Swirl the Nexus. Get 4 amber, or sorry, 2 amber for that. And then let's put Discombobulator, just put it on the QMax, just to get some amber going. My hope is that this special delivery here is not going to look that great against the QMax. I personally would feel like a special delivery on a QMax is a waste, especially looking at my list where QMax is not a dominant part of the list. But my opponent doesn't feel that way, so they just hit my QMax, which I'm also fine with because the Destroyed effect triggers before the Purge effect. So, I'm gonna go Saurian. Let's drop the Monument. Exalt each flank creature. Oh boy, I'm gonna use the egg first. So it's double strikeout. I'm gonna play Faust. I am not gonna use Faust because the Hedonist Intent will take care of that. Looks like I'm probably going Logos next turn. QMax, Smoko, and Eclectic Inquiry is a really good draw. If my opponent's able to fuck my Amber enough, I can also EP if they get too far above me. They used the Terms of Redress. They blinded my Saurian. This is such a good card. Stun is such a good status effect. I want to see more stun effects in the game come Dark Tide. Let's go Logos, take my archives. QMax. Smoko. Inquiry. I'm going to discard one of these EPs. I've got a Double Doom and Stomp in my archives now. Double Doom would be great on the Terror.
Schuler gonna fight my Faust? Okay. Why did Schuler only take 2 damage? Oh, Grey Monk. Got it. Derp. Double Grey Monk, nonetheless. This is a great time for EP, so we're going to Logos, play EP. Not take my archives. Reap with QMax. Smoko. Let's go ahead and Reap. Okay, so here's the problem, right? This is not coded correctly. I can use an Omni card, unless I'm completely misunderstanding the rules, I can use an Omni card to unstun. Quick, someone correct me. Ask my opponent, hoping that they know. But yeah, you go to use, and instead of the use, you unstun. And I haven't read the new RRG, so I don't know if they've changed that. Oh boy. I'm just gonna end turn. Tab over here and look it up while we're playing. Might pop the rulebook on the. There we go. I was hoping it didn't pop it up in place to stream. So, when a creature becomes stunned, place a stun status card on it. While creature is stunned, it cannot fight, reap, or use action or omni abilities. Anytime a stunned creature could normally be used, it can instead be used by exhausting it to remove its stun status card. So yes, I should be able to use the omni to use it. Hold on, I should read the rest of the instead of making the assumptions. If a card effect would cause a stunned creature to fight, reap, or use an action or omni ability, instead that creature exhausted and the stun status card is removed. This is considered using that creature. Yeah, so you can use an omni ability in this case to remove the stun on the Saurian egg. Nice. Modify tokens, remove 1 stun. Thank you. Nice opponents all day today. So had no idea what my opponent was doing there. Totally lost myself in my own train of thought. I am going dis. I'm taking my archives. I should probably turn manual mode off. Just drop the. I'm gonna see what they played first. Nothing that prohibits types of actions. So I'm gonna play the Dominator Bauble. Going to play the Infernus. Right. Opponent's definitely got some good choices there, so let's get rid of Blinding Light and get rid of Relentless Whispers. Let's then double doom Terror. Implosion to hit QMax and Schuler. Should I try and use a Saurian Egg? I feel like it's kind of a waste here. Maybe. Let me use it. What Consul Primus. Let's just Gateway now. It depended on what I grabbed at the egg. And sorry, I got a quick question there in a private whisper. The rules that I just looked up for the stun and Omni, I found it under, let me make sure I get to the right section. It is the most recent RRG. Go to the pages here. It's on RRG, which is version 14, page 15. Under stun status card, and it's that whole paragraph. So I'm gonna go Saurian, not take my archives. Let's stomp first, then Curse of Vitality, Faust. Sure. And let's do Monument to Faust just to crank up the key cost. Duly noted. I misplayed this a couple days ago. Dreadbone Decimus will kill your own creatures. It's not a enemy creature, it's just a creature if you exalt them. So I am... Oh boy. I'm gonna go Logos. Take my archives. So let's go QMEX. Then Daughter, Munchling, Lethalogica. Do nothing, so I go through the rest of my deck. End turn. The life ward, so I have a feeling they're going to board clear here. They do have a gateway on their list. And they also are at check. So how the fuck did they get that much amber? I guess they were close to check anyway. Boy. I don't have anything in my discard. Flame Wreathed. That makes it rough. So... Boy. I can get 3 on a Logos turn. I can get 1, 2, 3, and increase key cost. By 2, which would make it 8. They'd have 8 because I'd have to kill Faust. So let's just go Saurian. Get rid of Consul Primus. Let's reap, Ancient Power, and make their key cost 8. Depending on how they play their turn, if they get at least 2 amber, I'm gonna hit the TMTP. Okay. Ooh boy. So they don't hit 2 amber, so at this turn here, at least dropping Infernus isn't really worth it. So many weird choices. if I go dis, I'm going to play my Wretched Doll. I can... I'm just going to use the Dominator to reap with Munchling. They double Doom to bounce Shaffles and hit Poltergeist. Nice. And then let me discard, because they don't have anything that fucks with archives, I don't think. Let me discard Bonesaw and discard Infernus. And then Grim Reminder, capture 1 on Decimus, and archive my disc creatures. Just put the Infernus and the Bonesaw in my back pocket for when I need them. And that's why I didn't bounce the Terror, because I know they have Charette in the list. So they had a way to get me to 0 Amber. They're still at 1 Amber, so I'm going to go Saurian. Not take my list, or my archives, let's go Egg. I'm gonna fight Shaffles, Exalt and kill Charette. Cornicen, another Faust. Faust is going to just Exalt Cornicen. Just use bump the key cost because I can. Let's reap. So my opponent's key cost is currently 13. They're probably sitting on a gateway right now. And they're in dis, so they're probably going to hit gateway. And then hit gateway. Yep. Which I'm fine with because that sets me perfectly up for an Infernus play here. So we'll grab Infernus. I'm going to drop Invidious first, then Infernus. Hit my opponent's discard because I'm going to hit TMTP. And I really don't like that Life Ward, but I want to see if that's the best target, and it looks like it is. Poltergeist is a good target too. I'm gonna hit Poltergeist because they already do have a Life Ward out. Let's go Dominator Bauble to use Faust. Let's go Implosion on Infernus, and then Bonesaw is gonna come out ready to reap. I don't need Pandemonium yet, and I'm not going to use a Wretched Doll on myself. I'm at check at 8 of 6. Rating Night, okay. That'd be a fun steal because then that's going to increase their key cost, but ultimately it'll give them Amber if they can kill it. Doorstab. So that was a good doorstep. I'm going to go Disc because Invidious is in the center. Reap and take their Anaphiel taunt to protect my Faust. Gonna Wretched Doll that Rating Knight. Dominator Bauble to reap with Faust. Bonesaw will reap, and I'm going to play Pandemonium because that'll put me at 7. Check at 7. just hit their life ward. Last turn, okay. Let's forge red key. Play-wise, I think Logos is my best. Drop QMX. Nice, drop Titan Engineer. Diametric Charge is going to hit. Let's hit Bulwark, and then I'm going to Entropic Swirl on Naughty. Shut off that steal. I'm at 4 of 6 to 3 of 10 to the third key. Wait a minute. Bulwark fought Lord Invidious. Oh, then Raiding Knight fought. That's got it. They really don't want me to keep that Lord Invidious. Do not blame them. Okay, they're at 6 of 7. They don't have a lot of good Shadows cards here, so I want to try and lock them in Shadows, but in order to do that I have to play Dis, which is going to get me 2, 3 on a Reap. Wretched Doll will get me that 2, 3 will Reap, 4 will give me 4 Amber. Let's do it. So let's go Mark of Dis. It's 2 damage on Shadow Self. Dominator Bauble will... really ultimately doesn't matter, so I'll just Reap, and then Wretched Doll to kill Raiding Knight, and check at 8 of 6, and they are stuck in Shadows. I got rid of their TMTP, and I got rid of their Relentless Whispers, so their only steals they have are Bait and Switch, which they just played, which only get them 1, and then Nerve Blast. So they could get me down to 6. That was a really good game. Because if they had pushed too hard there, I had an EP to slow them down. But yeah, that was a fun one. That was a fun one to end the stream on. Given the silence of the chat, I'm assuming Twitch chat is fucked up again. So that being said, I really appreciate everyone who's watching, whether you're just lurking or actually participating in chat. Every person that watches my stream is a step closer to affiliate rank, so keep helping me with that. In the meantime, I keep getting hiccups on stream. In the meantime, I am going to call that quits for today's stream. It's supposed to end in about 10 minutes, but I definitely cannot get a game in 10 minutes. So call it a couple minutes early. I will be back next Saturday. Again, for the month of January, I am not streaming on Fridays. I'll be posting why in a week or two and sharing my new ideas for Fridays, so keep an eye out for those. But next Saturday, I'll be back from noon to 3, and I'll probably be giving some more of these decks some more goes. Some of these they surprised me on how adaptive they are. Without further ado, it's been the Crystal Hive. Thanks for tuning in, and when it comes to Keyforge, when in doubt, reap it out. Take care, everybody.